everyone, today's recipe we're making vegan lentil chili in our Instant Pot. All right, what that means is we're gonna have a nice, quick, delicious meal in just a matter of minutes. We do have to chop up some vegetables because there's a whole boatload of them in this, but it is super delicious and it's definitely worth trying out. I'm Rockin' Robin and I'm gonna show you how to make it right after this. So before we get into our recipe, go ahead and hit that subscribe button and the notification bell, and that way you'll be notified when my new videos come out. Every week we're putting out something healthy and delicious, and I don't want you to miss it. So let's go over those ingredients. First up, we'll need some red lentils. I'm using red lentils in this recipe because they tend to break down in soups and stews, and that just makes them nice and thick and hearty. Perfect for this recipe. We'll need some canned kidney beans. I have some fire roasted diced tomatoes, fresh garlic. I have what's called here a mirepoix, which is carrots, celery, and onion. And everything here, by the way, is pretty much organic. I have some red chard here that I'm gonna chop up, a red bell pepper, some butternut squash. Let's see, we have some vegetable stock here, maple syrup, that's just gonna sweeten it up just a touch. And for our spices, I have chili powder, smoked paprika, ground cumin, and some oregano. We'll also need a little bit of salt and some olive oil. We're gonna cook everything in our Instant Pot, which makes everything really simple and easy to clean up. But first I've gotta cut up my bell pepper here so that we can get it in the pan. We're gonna saute our onions, bell peppers, and our carrots and celery first and saute those for about 5 minutes. But first we gotta chop up our bell pepper so that it is about the same size as the others. All right, now we got that bell pepper ready. We are ready to start cooking. You're gonna turn your Instant Pot to saute. So let's do that. I'll set it for about 5 minutes because that's all it needs to take. Okay, so we're gonna add some olive oil to the bottom of the pan, about a tablespoon. And then we'll toss in our onions, the celery, the carrots, and the bell peppers. And then we'll just wait for that to get hot, and we'll just saute that until things soften up. I'm also gonna add a pinch of salt to this. Now while we're sauteing there, I'm gonna chop up the garlic and have that ready to go. Now our veggies have cooked for about 6 minutes or so. I did go another minute or two just because I felt like it needed to go a little longer. And then I'm gonna just add the garlic to this. I'm gonna stir it around for a minute, let it soften up and mellow out, and then we'll add the rest of our ingredients. We need to cut up our chard here, so I'm gonna go ahead and cut it up. I'm just gonna cut the stem out of the leaves because that's a little bit tough. So I took the stem out, and I'm gonna cut them up small so that they're not quite so prominent. I'm just gonna roll them. See how I did that? I'm just rolling them up, and then I just cut it, and then I'll cut it the other direction so the pieces are small, and that's good. That's ready to go. So we're gonna put everything in the Instant Pot except for the kidney beans. And the reason, here goes the lentils. The reason I'm not gonna put the kidney beans in right away is because they're already soft and cooking, and if I pressure cook them, they're gonna get really mushy. So I don't want that. Here goes the tomatoes. Fire roasted tomatoes, we're gonna toss those in there. Now I'll put our vegetable stock. I got this one at Trader Joe's. It has some pretty good ingredients in it. Butternut squash in the pot. Now I'm gonna add some maple syrup to this. And this is just, it's not gonna make it sweet, it's gonna give it a hint. You won't even hardly notice it, but it just makes the recipe better. I'll toss in that chard we cut up. Now for our spices. We've got our smoked paprika, chili powder, the ground cumin, and the oregano. And we're gonna add some more salt to this, and we'll have to adjust that later. Now we'll stir this up and then we'll set it to cook. Okay, to cook our chili, we'll just make sure your vent is on seal. And then we'll hit the pressure cook button, and I'm gonna cook this for 12 minutes. And this is on high. All right, it's been 12 minutes. I've let it set for a minute, but I'm gonna release the pressure so we can see how it's doing. Okay, pressure's released. Here we go. Let's give this a stir. Now it looks to me like the lentils are done. They look soft, they're kind of broken down, which makes this nice and thick and creamy. Now I'm gonna go ahead and take a taste of this to see if I need to add any more salt or any other spices. But be careful when you do that because this is piping hot. Super delicious. I don't think we need to add a thing. I'm gonna toss in the beans now and just stir them in. And you can keep your Instant Pot on warm and they will just heat up because this is very, very hot. Look at how beautiful that looks. Dinner is done. It happened so quickly. Such a hearty meal. You're gonna love it. I'm gonna serve this up so you can have a look at it. Thank you so much for watching. Share the video if you know someone who might enjoy a nice vegan recipe. And of course you can make it non-vegan if you like. You could always toss in some, ground turkey or hamburger, if you want to, but it's delicious the way it is. Lots of good flavors, it's really very nice. So thanks again. We'll see you next time. If you have any comments, let me know down below in the comment section or any recipe requests. I'd love to hear from you. All right, we'll see you next time.